Hello viewers, this is in continuation to my previous lecture E-mobility and decarbonization of transport sector. This is part 2. I am Dr. Rekha Kashyap, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, University of Delhi. Now I was taking the advantages of electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are environment friendly and there is no pollution and it has improved air quality in cities, reduces respiratory diseases and improves quality of life. It has less running cost, it has less maintenance cost as compared to IC vehicles or internal combustion engine vehicles. It has ease of charging even from home socket. The use of EVs will help major oil importing country like India as it will reduce our foreign exchange outgo. It will help us to meet targets of Paris Climate Treaty by reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Now let us see what are the drawbacks of EVs and their possible solution. EVs have high initial cost as compared to ICE vehicles or internal combustion engine vehicles at present because battery cost is about 40% of total cost. The possible solution is the decrease in battery price will make EV price comparable to IC vehicle. Battery costs have decreased from $1100 per kilowatt hour to $100 per kilowatt hour from 2010 to 2020. Another drawback is EVs have shorter range as compared to ICE cars. Majority of EVs today have average range of 500 kilometers, after which they require a recharge, and besides batteries require safe disposal per recycling after spent life. Now the possible solution is Tesla, Panasonic, LG are developing new lithium ion batteries having much higher energy density, thus giving much longer runs between consecutive charges. They are also trying to eliminate nickel and cobalt altogether from batteries, making them eco-friendly, safe to dispose and easier to recycle, and thus making EVs cheaper by at least 20% since cost of batteries is almost 40% of total EV cost. Now another drawback is safety issues, incident of fire in batteries. The solution can be use of solid state batteries as discussed later, which are not prone to catching fire. Already Tesla has started using them in upcoming models. Another drawback, long charging time, that is 6 to 8 hours for full charge. The possible solution can be aluminium graphene batteries developed by GMG Group, Australia, with Queensland University has developed battery which can charge at 70 times faster rates without deterioration in battery life. Charging time is 5 minutes, which is same as filling petrol in IC vehicle or internal combustion engine vehicle. Another drawback, lack of charging network stations. The solution is EV manufacturers like Ola are installing charging network of 1 lakh charging points across 400 cities where an Ola scooter can be charged 50% in 18 minutes only and can give a range of 75 kilometers. PSUs like NTPC and Power Grid are also setting up charging stations in various cities in India. Now another drawback or problem is waste pile of used batteries and their recycling. Need of lithium ion battery by India today available is 10 gigawatt hour. In the year 2025 shall be 50 gigawatt hour and in the year 2035 shall be 4000 gigawatt hour, that is 20% of annual global it shall be required. Means in the year 25 it will be 5 times of today's and it will be 400 times in the year 2035. World over needs 2 million metric tons per year by 2030. These batteries have an NMC, nickel, manganese, cobalt, which can seep and contaminate underground aquifers. Besides lithium, which are not only expensive but also dangerous to environment if disposed without recycling. So recycling is important. India has limited reserves of lithium, so recycling is all the more important for India. Now let's see the roadblocks in recycling. Recycling is a low margin and high investment business, and with the payback time of 5 years before becoming profitable. However, latest technology allows recovery of 90% of material from 50% earlier. The main roadblock is to undertake safety measures during collection, dismantling and recycling of spent batteries. Present recycling efforts in Indian industry are: Tata Chemicals in Mumbai has set up a facility for recycling of lithium ion batteries with a capacity of 500 tons per year. MG Motors India, in collaboration with Noida based Attero company, that is clean tech provider, is setting up plant for recycling of lithium battery. Government of India in 2019 drafted a recycling policy to provide tax SOPs and incentives for lithium ion battery recyclers, just to encourage them, this policy. However, policy shall make it binding for producers of lithium ion batteries to collect used batteries for recycling. Now, the new upcoming battery technologies. Solid state batteries have double charging capacity, less charging time. They can retain charge up to 1000 charge cycles besides being safer due to use of non-flammable separator instead of flammable liquid electrolytes compared to lithium ion. They are expensive but are being used in new Tesla models. Another battery technology is aluminum air battery. They are lighter, have double charge density and hence double mileage. They are totally recyclable compared to lithium ion but not rechargeable. Now, aluminum graphene battery, this is another type of upcoming technology for batteries. These can retain charge up to 3000 charge cycles, that is a long life, 3 times mileage due to high charge density, 70 times faster charging besides being safer compared to lithium ion. Now let's discuss the solid state batteries, which is a game changer. They are being developed by Tesla, Samsung, Panasonic and Toyota and have 2 times charging capacity. They take less than 15 minutes to charge up to 80% of capacity and can retain charge even after 1000 charging cycles. They use non-flammable separator to isolate cathode and anode, therefore safer compared to lithium ion batteries which use flammable liquid electrolytes. Samsung is likely to develop solid state battery by 2025, which is safer, smaller and lighter. It's 2 times working life with fast charging. It has 2 times working life with fast charging. It's much longer range than present lithium ion. It uses a solid, semi-solid electrolyte, solid electrodes. Now this is the diagram for conventional battery and solid state battery, where the solid state battery has solid electrolyte as compared to the conventional battery which has liquid or semi-liquid gel form of electrolyte. So this is how the difference between the two is, solid state battery and conventional battery. Now aluminum air batteries, Aluminium is used as an anode in this type of batteries, air or oxygen as cathode, water as electrolyte, acts as a galvanic cell. And how the reaction takes place? Aluminium oxidizes to aluminium hydroxide and oxygen reduces to hydroxyl ions. Now, what are the advantages of aluminium air batteries? They are lighter in weight, 1/4, and run for more than double of lithium ion battery due to highest energy density. Only aluminium plates need to be changed at the end of battery life, and aluminium can be recovered from aluminium hydroxide. Now, what are the advantages of aluminium air batteries? Phinergy, an Israeli company, created electric car using aluminium air cells. It is collaborating with Indian Oil Corporation to make them in India also. Disadvantages: they need to be replaced and are not rechargeable. This is the diagrammatic representation of aluminium air battery, where aluminium electrode is anode and oxygen is the cathode, and air is passed through nickel mesh and oxygen acts as a cathode and water as a electrolyte. Now, the reaction, electrochemistry reaction, the anode oxidation half reaction is aluminium plus 3 hydroxyl ion oxidizes to aluminium hydroxide with 2.31 volts of electrode potential. And at the cathode reduction half reaction is oxygen reacts with water to get hydroxyl ions and 0.4 volts of electrode potential. So, the total reaction is 4 aluminium plus 3 oxygen plus 8 water gives aluminium hydroxide with 2.71 volts of electrode potential total. Eco-friendly aluminium graphene batteries. Australian company GMG Graphene Manufacturing Group with Queensland University has developed aluminium graphene batteries which use nanotechnology to insert aluminium atoms inside tiny perforations in graphene planes. They can undergo 3000 cycles of charge-discharge without deterioration in performance. They have long life up to 3 times than present lithium ion. They have a very high power density, that is 7000 watt per kg. They have ultra fast charging rate, that is 70 times faster. They give a mileage of 1500 kilometers. Graphene is special due to its sp2 hybridization and very thin atomic thickness of 0.345 nanometer. These properties enable graphene to break so many records in terms of strength, electricity and heat conduction. They are safer with no fire potential. They are lighter and recyclable. They can work in wide temperature ranges from -40 degree to 120 degree. They are cheaper than lithium ion batteries because no use of nickel, copper, cobalt metals takes place. Graphene is selected as cathode due to its highly crystallized defect-free graphene lattice as active anion intercalation site, affording energy storage capacities. Now, let us see what graphene is. It is a supercapacitor. It is a device that stores energy that can be rapidly charged and discharged, that makes it distinctly different from a battery which takes longer life. It is a form of carbon consisting of a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in an hexagonal lattice. It is the thinnest material known to man at 1 atom thick and also credibly strong, about 200 times stronger than steel. It is an excellent conductor of heat and electricity, and its properties are: they are remarkable conductivity, high surface area, mechanical robustness, flexibility to create devices of increased efficiency, and they are much cheaper. This is the diagrammatic representation of graphene. Single layer is shown with carbons arranged in an hexagonal manner. Now, the conclusions: EVs, though presently comprise only 2% of car sales world over, their number on the road is expected to reach almost 10 million this year and shall explode to 2.5 billion by 2050. EV sales are not only growing in excess of 40% annually, but are expected by 2030 to replace 40% of internal combustion engine vehicles or ICEs, and by 2040 they shall completely replace conventional IC engines as per estimates of UBS Investment Bank. Also, the prices of EVs have fallen 80% in this decade as per Kevin McGinney, CEO, SCB Group. EVs thus shall not only reduce carbon footprint in a big way by ensuring carbon free cycle from source of generation to tail end emission of EVs, but also help us to meet Paris Climate Treaty obligations and also enable us huge savings in foreign exchange by reducing oil imports, besides making our polluted cities healthy and livable. Thank you.